What is up, chat? Hello! Chat, what is up? What is up? What is up? Chat, how we doing? How we living? How we looking? Hope you're all having a fantastic Wednesday. I woke up feeling excellent, man. Excellent after a week of illness. Excellent. So I'm excited. I'm excited for stream today. Warning you all, it's gonna be a short one, okay? It is gonna be a short stream. Why? Because I'm seeing my favorite artist tonight. Shout out Leve. I'm watching my favorite artist tonight. If you guys don't know, all right, all the fellas are listening to Leve, the Icelandic artist, and I'm seeing her in concert. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at tonight. All right, Kendrick Lamar, similar audience in a way, culturally like similar impact for sure. I would say Leve took the space that Drake used to have. Okay, so you know, boys listen to Drake, men listen to Leve. If you get me. Oh shit! Thank you, the 10 gifted. Appreciate that, Talk Honey. My mind is so warped. I thought your name was Hawk Tua for a minute. It's nothing to do with it. It's Tony Hawk, right? Just kind of mixed up. I read it as Hawk Tua instead of... Thank you, the 10 gifted, man. Day 4 of asking for a music playlist stream? What do you mean day 4 of... Bitch, I told you I'm doing it. I said I'm doing it. You know, I'm doing it. Thank you for the membership, Paco. Appreciate that. Thank you, 26 months, Jacob. Appreciate. What's your skincare routine? I got a pimple, bro. Wait, where is it? I got a pimple somewhere in my hairline. You know, I cleanse, I moisturize. But then if I don't shower, it all goes to shit. You look like you're a little late 20s today. I look my age. That's okay. I want to look my age. I'm not trying to not look my age. Thank you for 32 months, not Galley. Thank you, Lachlan, for the 8. How do you say that? How do you say that name? How do you say that name right? I'm not trying to butcher it, right? I'm trying to be cultural, multifaceted. Take a guess. Jigarjit. My name is Jigarjit. I would assume it's like that. Jigarjit. Jigarjit Singh. Jigarjit? How close was I? It's pronounced Jigarjit. That's what I just said. I get there? Come on, I get there. I swear I feel better. Literally had us on the ropes there. Nice hair, dude. Okay, I won't lie. Tim kind of fucked around a bit. I told Tim the title of this stream is They Said I Wouldn't, and then he made the thumbnail me bald. I was not trying to bait that I was bald in any way, shape, or form. That was Tim's doing. I changed it lickety-split. It wasn't me, I swear. I wouldn't bait that hard. Because all you get if you bait that hard is a bunch of angry people when the stream goes live. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Void. Thank you, TD Railgun. Thank you, Taya. Appreciate that. One Sexy Pancake. Isaac McNuger. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Ricky. You're in a hurry at Open Sauce, but thanks for signing my diploma. Dude, thanks for graduating. All right, 2 things I got to do. One, got to change the thumbnail of this live stream to depict what is happening on the screen. And then I need to tag the entirety of my Discord to let them know I'm live on YouTube.com. Day 7! Give it up for day 7! Dogpack is live? Like live streaming? Dogpack is live streaming? The Mr. Beast guy? New Dogpack video. Really? Oh! Well, okay. It's not out yet, right? Is that what I'm seeing? Am I seeing this right? Hold up. Let me move this around. Ta-da! Look at this. Look at this. What a YouTube homepage. Song that plays when you encounter a seal, and it's 12 minutes. The new Mr. Beast expose. Whine about it, and slime dissecting Aiden. And Philip DeFranco. Wait, I Show Speed got banned? What? He's banned? What? When did this happen? Oh, he got banned for jumping over the car? Is that it? That's what I'm reading here. I don't know how much I trust the source Unilad. Dude, you know what? Ever since I deleted Twitter off my phone, ever since I did that, I am so out of touch. It is crazy. I don't know. Like, Slime was like, I was in the ER last night. And I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, I tweeted it out. You didn't follow it? And I was like, no, I don't have Twitter. And he went, oh, yeah, no, I was in the ER. I didn't know. I had no fucking clue. I guess I Show Speed gets banned. Apparently, Nick really likes a certain video game. I don't see anything about the ban on Twitter. Am I crazy? Is it on his Twitter? So, okay, hold on. Let me check. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. I Show Speed. But he didn't even tweet about it. EDP's back? What? Why? If he misses one day, you know that head's shiny smooth. That's all I'm saying. Wait, he didn't even tweet about it. I saw it on Dixerto. What a fractured society we've become. What a fractured society. We're looking at Dixerto nowadays. EDP's back. Dixerto runs journalism. So anyway, I guess, well, let's just check. Let's just go to his YouTube channel, right? I guess the biggest YouTube streamer, I Show Speed, is banned. He's not even... So the way that bans work on YouTube is a little different than Twitch, right? When somebody gets banned on Twitch and you go to their page, it says no longer available. If you're banned on YouTube, you actually just usually are prohibited from doing certain actions like uploading or going live. I believe you can even continue to publish videos as long as they've been previously uploaded. And this also means it was a temporary ban. This is obviously not a permanent ban. Usually permanent bans, I think the only example that comes to mind is like Steve Will Do It. Those channels go away. Like Steve Will Do It's channel doesn't exist anymore, at least the original channel he had. So he's not like perma-banned. He's just temporarily banned. I guess for this clip. Which is crazy, by the way. He's so athletic. I feel like he's also not doing it in good shoes. Am I crazy? Are these not like the fucking Yeezy Adidas Crocs knockoff shits? I forget what you call them. Like, these aren't the shoes you do them in. They're like fake Crocs, right? They're like foam runners. Yeah. This has been proven fake. No. The only person who I've seen really champion the this is fake bandwagon for whatever reason is Nick A30. Nick A30 has been like a devout I Show Speed is faking the jump believer. I don't know why Nick is so devout, because Nick is such a quiet, out of drama guy. I think truly one of the most, down to earth creators. He really is just about his fucking family and friends. He still lives in his hometown. I think he does like fucking nightly motherfucking meals, with his family and shit. But for whatever reason, he's like, nah, I Show Speed's jump is fake. And I saw he had a clip about his stream, and then he uploaded this. Oh, that's the not edited version.
All right, guys, I'm about to jump this car right now, right here, okay? Just finished streaming. I got the cameras all set up. First time ever doing this. I don't know if it's gonna go well or not, but as you see right there, we got another camera set up. I'm gonna be over at the very, very end. I'll put this on the tripod all by myself here, so we're gonna see what happens. I got a pretty high jump. Here we go. Okay, watch this. First time ever doing it. Yeah, come on. Oh, we did it! Oh my God, my butt! We did it! All right, guys, I'm about to jump.
Now, look, obviously, Nick is proving that it is possible to fake a car jump. I Show Speed just did it. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I'm dumb. He just did it. He did that. He jumped over the car. It's real. He did it. I Show Speed did it. I don't know. He did it. He was there. This ain't fake even a little bit. He just successfully jumped over the car. I don't buy for a moment that it's fake. I don't buy for a millisecond that it's fake. He just dead ass did it. That's literally the reflection of his ass on the car. On the car. And it was live streamed. He just did it. Maybe I'm crazy. I find it more believable that I Show Speed did the insanely, unnecessarily risky thing to jump over two sports cars back to back, as athletic as he is, as opposed to he went through the effort of finding a team to figure out how to mask him pretending to jump over a car live. Have you seen, like, I'm not dogging him, but have you seen his streams? Like, that's not his thing. His thing is not like fucking, I have insane tech people on the back end. This is fucking, am I crazy? This is obviously real. Obviously. Chat, press 1 if you think it's real. Press 2 if you think it's fake. I can't believe that many people think it's fake. I mean, it should be like 99%. Okay, no, that's actually a lot of ones. That's actually a lot of ones. Do you ever find out about the Logan Paul whistleblower thing? That's not, no. I just connected. If CoffeeZilla finds it useful, great. If he doesn't, fair. But I'm not like following up. I know you guys, you want the juicy drama or whatever, but do a poll. I can just look at chat. It looks like a 97, maybe 94% to 6% twos. It's definitely like, by the way, like a very achievable thing to do. I think most of jumping over a car, there's certainly athleticism to it, don't get me wrong. But I think most of it is like the confidence to do it, right? Like the brass balls that it takes to do it. That's the bigger thing. And I think he's got that. Like a car ain't that, the sports cars aren't that tall. So I know I could jump one. Factually, I know that. It's not a question for me. My vertical? Insane. My vertical's crazy, bro. Hey, I'll leak right now. I filmed a video where I tried out a bunch of Olympic sports to find out which one's the easiest, all right? One of the things that I did is I did the high jump, all right? And I jumped over 4 foot 8 inches. How tall is a Lamborghini Urus? All right, and a Lamborghini, oh no, not Urus, a Lamborghini Aventador. A Lamborghini Aventador is 44 inches, which is less than 4 feet. I cleared that shit. I could not clear an Urus. An Urus. Now, to be fair, I did the Fosbury flop. And I don't think you could do that against a sports car. So I don't know if I could necessarily do it how Speed did it, but you get the idea. You get the idea. So anyway, so anyone can do it. I think it's no. But I think if you are, it's like backflipping. The amount of people who can do a backflip is very small as compared to the amount of people who are physically capable of doing a backflip. And that's because the fear and also desire to learn a backflip weeds out 99% of people who would learn how to do a backflip. Backflips are not physically that difficult, but the fear is hard to get over. You got me? Hi, Ludwig. I skipped school to watch a stream. That's a lie. It's got to be a lie because I announced my stream 49 minutes ago. If you did skip school, it wasn't to watch a stream. It's because your lazy ass didn't want to go to school, all right? And you're making up a fucking reason to skip it. Go to goddamn school. Go to school. I went to school. Why the fuck are you skipping it? Anyway, chat. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing today? Backflip stream when? I honestly think that'd be a fun idea. Stream until I hit a backflip. Tyler 1 tried that once. It's really hard. To like get over the fear part. I don't know how good I'd be at it. I have a casting call tomorrow with the Squid Games people. Any advice? Any advice on a casting call with the Squid Games people? I don't know. Make yourself unique. Wait, that's like the fucking Netflix show one then, right? I'm assuming you're not talking about the TV show as an actress or actor. I assume you're talking about like a competitor. I don't know. I have no clue. Fucking like come across like you're a great personality, I suppose. Are you gonna play the stretcher game? Nah, probably not. I think what I'm gonna I know there's a new dog peg video, chat. We talked about it. I know there's a new dog peg. I know a lot of you guys are like finding out and coming in here. All right. Hey, we've been on that wave, folks. Catch up. Y'all come in here with late news. Mr. Beast's email was leaked. Okay. What?
Yo, my birthday is next month and I am turning 29. Do you have any advice for a soon-to-be fellow unk?
Well, first of all, if you're 29, you're not an unk. You're still young. You're in your mid-20s. So I would say, you know, recognize that. Recognize that. Grant for Prez, thank you for the membership. Troy Pizarro, thank you. I am, yes. Natalie, thank you for the membership. Not Galley, thank you.
Unk had to take his midday nap. That's why he was late.
I did not have to take a midday nap. I was working out today. All right. I crushed for the first time in a while. Will I be meeting Leve? No, I don't think she knows who the fuck I am. I'm just going to be going to enjoy as a human. How do I get a job, Ludwig? I guess you start by applying or something. I don't know. You got to see the thing about the Mr. Beast progress bar. I saw that. I saw that.
What?
Ludwig is the book. This solves nothing, PogChamp.
What the hell did that sentence mean? I saw that because, you know what's funny is I watched the Mr. Beast video. Cutie had it on. We were watching it on the TV, on the big screen. And then the ad thing comes up and Cutie goes, I like that. Because she likes how, you know, she likes knowing how much longer is left in the ad. And I've seen other YouTubers do that. But what was then revealed about it, I don't know if I can find it. Yeah, right here.
A free-to-play mobile game from Niantic.
Yeah, if you look at the moving bar in the bottom, the bar moves faster for the first half than the second half. The first half completes in 10 seconds, and the second half of the ad bar takes 35 seconds.
Go outside and find the monsters. Let's say you're walking a dog. You can hunt monsters. Or you're buying Feastables. You can still fight monsters.
That shit works.
That's not realistic.
Because I didn't realize, because Cutie literally brought up the bar, and we didn't even like, we weren't like, wait, the bar's moving slower. I was just like, yeah, that is a cool feature to have the bar.
Monster Hunter now also gave me my own in-game quest available for the next 30 days. Plus, Mr. Beast swords, shields, and other in-game items. Click the link in the description or scan this QR code to download Monster Hunter now. That's
probably illegal in the EU. You can say that. Yeah, I like just throwing that out. I don't fucking know shit. That's probably illegal in the EU. It's probably illegal in the I don't fucking know, but probably. Just fucking generally. Maybe Bangladesh too. Fuck it. I don't know. At least 2 municipalities. OXG's shutting down? Man, not having Twitter changes my life. Holy fuck. What? OXG shut down? No way. Where do you see this? Wow. Oxygen Esports. Oh my god. Oxygen Esports to cease operations and lay off all staff. Wow. They're in the process of laying off all staff, ceasing operations entirely just 3 years after partnering with the New England Patriots owner Kraft Sports and Entertainment. OXG was founded in 2020 and merged with Robert Kraft's company not long after, allowing them to compete in Valorant, Rocket League, Rainbow Six, Apex Legends, and Call of Duty League. Wait, they're literally competing in the Esports World Cup right now? Players from the Boston Breach have been told they will lose access to that Helix facility and be out of their apartments by August 8th, just days before they head to Saudi Arabia for the tournament. What? Okay, how is this the second time? Bro, I find it so fucking embarrassing how classlessly esports teams exit. Like, it is ultimately fine if you find that esports is not a suitable environment to operate a business in, that it's not profitable or whatever. But the way they do it is brain dead. Like, we're talking about Kraft Sports and Entertainment. Like, Robert Kraft is a multi-billionaire. That company rakes in a shit ton of money. You know, you can fucking give, hey, like a couple weeks heads up. August 8th is goddamn tomorrow. For transparency, we admins production staff were promised to be paid for working this event. We only found out today along with Shift that Oxygen is refusing to pay us. Not only that, but they told us to continue working for free. That's insane. That's insane. No, that's actually fucked up. Because it's like, and I'm not saying that, hey, the people who run Oxygen need to stay in the scene, because they don't. I understand it. It is very difficult to operate a team and make any return. It is. And, you know, the promises that might have existed in 2020 no longer exist. But, like, to exit so carelessly and like fucking classlessly and, like, disrespectfully is wild. 1 day heads up. That's insane, man. That's insane. That's insane, bro. They don't give a shit because it's gamers. I've always said gamers are the most repressed. What?
Here's, again, some more of my college funds.
Why? Stop. Seek help. Look who's on Dexerto now. Chill. What? Chill.
Here's another $5. I already spent 20, but I'm bored.
That boy, stop donating. Easy. Solution solved. I don't know what to say. Here's more of my college. What are you fucking potato? What happens if you don't do all the August streams? I missed it. We don't have to talk about what'll happen because I'm just not doing that. I'm just going to hit every single stream in August. I'm just going to do it straight up. EZ. EZ. XQC just retired? You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. He would never. I think he loves streaming too much to retire. Bro, maybe I should get Twitter again. Someone just tweeted out, "This is Tim Waltz's family." And, you know, here's a nice picture of the family. And then someone quote retweeted and said, "I know an Atrioc viewer when I see one." Oh, man. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That shit made me LOL. Twitter's toxic. Yeah, I really think...
Hey Ludwig, the first met you at the Sea Dog charity auction. I was that awkward kid that asked for a pic. Thanks for saying yes, BTW. Much love, Omega.
Of course, man. Happy to have. I didn't, by the way, you're self-describing yourself as awkward kid. I did not think of you as an awkward kid in the moment. It's not a thought that crossed my mind. So, hey, don't talk to my friend like that. No, man, I think Twitter got really bad. And there's been two catalysts. First was obviously Elon's purchase of Twitter. I think that made it a little bit worse. A lot of bit worse, actually. And I think the second one was that kind of, made it worse is the election cycle. The election cycle has been not so kind to Twitter. It's made it like super, clashy at all times. So I'm hoping post-election it will chill out. I expect that to be the case. I don't think it'll go back to like a pre-Elon era necessarily, but I don't think it'll be as bad because right now it's bad, bro. It's bad. But yeah. Yeah. Have you made a video about your DreamCon experience? I think I talked a bit about it. I mean, I don't know if I've said it, but I genuinely think DreamCon is so sick. It is so dope. There are two cons that I've been to this year that are very similar, and I think are both some of the best cons I've been to ever, for very similar reasons. Although they probably have the exact opposite demographics showing up. The first one is Open Sauce, and the second one is DreamCon. They're both great. They're fucking great because they have sold out absolutely 0% of their identity to corporate sponsors. So what you are getting when you show up is what they wanted the con to be when they originally envisioned it, right? Like Open Sauce ultimately is a bunch of nerdy ass, like incredibly fucking nerdy ass engineers, devs, and then just like, like gamers and shit, who just are showing off cool things. There's no like corporate sponsor like vibe to it at all, which I like. And then the other one, fucking DreamCon, same thing. And I've been at Anime Expo, but like Anime Expo, you go, it's like, it's basically the people who run the convention trying to herd the attendees that are basically sheep because there are so many, to go from like this giant sponsored panel to this giant sponsored panel to this giant company that, is trying to like announce some shit. And it ends up becoming much less about like just people's love of anime. And DreamCon is still that. It's just like people who really fucking love anime showing up. Not to say that there's no positives about Anime Expo, but it is, I mean, you have to admit it's very corporate. It's very corporate now. And mostly when I go to Anime Expo, I didn't go this year, but like the last 2 years I went before, I just go to Artist Alley and just go to buy shit. And even Artist Alley is getting a bit corporate. Like a lot of the spaces sell the same shit and they get like 4 different lots and stuff. Like not all of it, but I both agree and disagree. A fucking brave centrist, you son of a bitch. How did that make Twitter worse? What, the election or Elon buying it? You didn't really express what. I said multiple things. I like your shirt. Thanks. It was a gift. I'm swagging out. One's a music stream? I got to check with the mods because we had like 1,500 entries that we had to whittle down. So I think it's going to take us a little bit. What do you think about Spectre Divide? I didn't get to play it yet. Shroud invited me, but I was busy the day they were doing a play test, but I would like to play it. That's it. I would like to play it straight up. Shirt is dressed to impress. Hint. Oh yeah, good girls go to heaven.
That other one took like 7 minutes to get through, so here's some more of my college funds, D.
That boy, we're cutting you off. All your future TTSs won't play. You're cut off, brother. Because I don't know if you're fucking around. You're probably joking around or some shit. Maybe you got some extra bread. People do fuck around with me, but like I'm not about that, bro. I'm not about that, brother. I'm not about it, man. You're cut off. Please don't donate. But I do appreciate the donations. Thank you very much. But it's a joke. Yeah, but like, it's a joke till it isn't a joke, right? And then I let somebody who's actually giving me their college funds give me $40. I don't even like to fuck around like that, you know? I make too much money to fuck around like that with other people's money. And the only way to make them stop donating is to cut them off. If I keep playing them, it won't cut off. Chat, we know about the dog pack video. We'll watch it, but it's not out yet. It's not out yet. Connor, oh shit, I didn't reply to your DM. Oy, whoopsies, whoopie doops. Oof, yikes. I'll reply, bro. Chill. Wait, tomorrow's gonna be too hot, Connor. I'll text you after stream, Connor. I'll text you after stream. Please look at what happened to Kanye. His dentist got him addicted to laughing gas, and now he's getting permanent brain damage. What the fuck is that sentence, bro? What? What do you mean, look into it? Help Kanye? What do you think's going on here, bro? I play video games. I'm Ludwig from video games. I can't, hope Kanye does well. I can't help him here. I don't know. I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm not the guy. I'm just not the guy for the job. What happened to Kanye? Apparently he got addicted to laughing gas because of his dentist. I do have a conspiracy about dentists. Because I was on TikTok and it was talking about this person's like anecdotal story, obviously. And they're like, yeah, I went to the dentist and they told me I had like 6 different cavities and they're going to have to like fucking replace them all and, do whatever the fuck they need to do. And then I couldn't afford it. So I ignored it for a few months and I went to a new dentist because I moved. And then they told me that there's nothing wrong with my mouth. And I think about that. And then a bunch of other people were like in the comments, like, yeah, dentists fucking lie and they make up your cavities. And then I got scared. But I've never been told I have a cavity. The only thing a dentist ever told me is my teeth are too yellow. And then I tried whitening my teeth for 2 days and I hated how it made my teeth feel. So I stopped and I said, I don't give a fuck if they're yellow. Ding. Yeah, I think ultimately the takeaway is a second opinion is a good thing to do in most instances. It is a good thing to do. You drink a lot of Red Bull, does that mess with your stomach? Nah, not really. If what messes with my stomach is if I have 2 coffees. Because caffeine is different than coffee. I think this is right. At least how it affects my stomach. 1 cup of coffee, no problem. The second one hits me like a truck. But the caffeine's not fine.
Yo lad, my yard burgundy hoodie came in today. Looks super sick and I love it.
Hell
Keep
yeah.
up the good work. Been watching and lurking for years.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. Can't help notice, but what an abundance of hair. Thank you very much. I do agree. Looks damn good. Brandino, thank you the 5 gifted. Thank you the $7.99. Luke, what's with the Discord live pings never on time? Wait, what do you mean? I literally pinged my what? I pinged my Discord at 5:38. I went live at 5:34.
Lad, it's
And
3
you're blaming
a.m.
me.
here in Albania. Can you quiet down? I'm trying to sleep.
Shout out to Albania. Shout out my Albanians. How do you feel about the Boys TV show? I stopped watching. I don't know. It got a little too cartoonish for me. I liked it when I watched it, but yeah, I don't know. It got a little cartoonish and also a little slow. Just a little slow. Like, they could have done what they did in way quicker seasons. Like, they were milking that shit, it felt like. I don't think it's a bad show. I wouldn't call it peak. I would not call it peak. That's for sure. You know what? I didn't watch Invincible Season 2. And I liked Invincible Season 1. But here's the thing. I really liked Invincible Season 1 without the need for Season 2. Like, I never thought, like, man, I need fucking more. I was like, oh, I like this story. It feels complete for some reason. But I should probably watch Season 2. I probably would like it. House of Dragons Season 2? I liked it. But I don't like it in the context that it's all I get for 2 years. That makes sense? I like it if I get the next season next year. I don't like it if that's all I get for 2 years. But ultimately, like, I had zero beef with any of the episodes. Like, some people were like, oh, fuck, this is shit writing. I didn't agree with that. Christian Small, thank you for the gifted sub. What's the biggest peak you've ever seen? One Piece! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Chat, we will probably play Uprooted, yes. I will probably play Uprooted at some point. Not exactly sure when, because we've got a busy couple of weeks coming up. If you guys don't know, August 17th and 18th is the Streamer Games. A live physical sporting event featuring some of your favorite creators on your favorite teams, like Team Red Bull, Team YouTube, Team OTK, Team 100 Thieves, Team Podcasters, Team FaZe Clan, Team Twitch, and Team Offline TV. Now, I do have another team to announce. I could announce that today. Would you like to hear it? Would you like to hear another couple of teams? I could announce it. I could announce it. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. We've already announced 2 of the teams. Let's announce half the teams. Your next 2 teams competing in Streamer Games. August 17th and 18th, I will... Okay, how do I phrase this? Seven of the most athletic creators are battling at Streamer Games, and also Lily Pichu. Are you controlled op today? I mean, look, am I controlled op if I say anything that disagrees with your opinion? If so, probably, right? We are not the same people. So I will have some things that disagree with your thoughts. And that's just how it be, brother. We are doing no pauses, though, because we're watching it live.
Hello Mr. Anders. Your blackjack win inspired me to get the world record in Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers. Do not gamble, chat.
I don't know what the hell you just said. My what did what to you? Why can't I get my boy... Why can't I get my boy on here?
$5 for the poor millionaire, so sad frown.
The money goes to my mods, not to me. So, you're wrong. But thank you for the money. My mods appreciate it. Alright, chat. Your next 2 teams for Streamer Games are available right here on Twitter if you want to take a look. Next 2 more teams announced for Streamer Games. Thank you for the 20 gifted, Tom. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $10 Cass, Sparkle On. And thank you for the 5 chance. My dogs pack 44s. I don't miss her. I'm a beast. I shut down like 40 stores. Okay. Since Aiden Ross got on stream with Trump, what are the chances you reach out to Kamala Harris for a off-brand event type beat? Am I crazy to think that would be lame? Am I crazy? Anyway, here it is, chat. We got 2 new teams competing. 2 new teams competing. We got Team Offline TV and Team Podcasts. We got Toast, Sidion, Lily Pichu, and Michael Reeves. And we got Austin Show, Nut, Caroline, and Will Neff. Team podcast is pretty good. It's pretty good. Caroline has a podcast. Yeah, it's called The Yarn. The Yarn. It's with Sandwich and Cutie Cinderella. Kind of a deep cut podcast if you don't know about it. Bit of a deep cut one. Oh. Dog pack video out? No, it ain't. Dun, dun.
Hey,
Why are you
love,
lying
this
to me?
is from my Buffalo Fund. Why haven't you oiled up yet?
Man, maybe we gotta increase the TTS, folks. Hassan's on a team? Nah, he's not gonna be in the event. I don't fuck with his communist policies, so sorry, maybe that makes me controversial. Who's Jake Weddle?
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. One thing that I said I wanted to start doing on this channel was to do stand-up comedy reviews. Whether it's a special that's got a lot of buzz at the moment, or maybe it's something that you guys left in the comments for me to review. If you guys like this and want to see more, I'll do it. Just tell me to do it and I'll do it. But anyways, let's get into it.
Okay. A countdown to a countdown. Classic YouTube premiere. Oh, shit. The video's out. Look at your fucking screen. What are you I'm looking at it, bro.
Here's a tip for the mod who keeps putting the last kill timer on the Valorant streams. Makes me smile.
I think it's www.streamergames.gg, right? No, I did the wrong URL. Fuck. Shit. Shit. I can't believe I've done this. I spelled streamer wrong. Okay, we're fine. Premiere music's weird. Well, the way YouTube works is you have to pick between like 10 different Premiere songs. I think this is the default. But you can do like spooky if you want, which is a fun one.
I'm hungry. I'll write jokes for food. I wish a philanthropist YouTuber would just give me 10K and not film it.
This is the guy we just saw. Oh, they're working together.
What the hell happened to you? Mr. Beast, that's what happened to me.
What we do here is go back.
Oh, that's the Content Cop song.
I was gonna be the Carl took my job. Carl took my job. It's the worst production I did ever made me do. Oh, no. I didn't. No.
Okay, Content Cop from Temu back at it again. So just before
What
I get
up?
into my interrogation with former Mr. Beast employee Jake Weddle, a lot has happened since my last video. After posting like hundreds of messages from former Mr. Beast employees, and I had them all like send proof of
Chad's
former
audio.
employment. You know, just people showing their support or telling their stories of you know, fake videos or unsafe practices, you know, toxic workplace, stuff like that. I'm not really going to get into those claims because, for one, like, most people want to stay anonymous, which I understand. And also, like, I think most of that stuff's just been covered with you know, the news coming out about Beast Games and everything.
Is that better?
And also, I have, like, more serious allegations that I want to start covering. Also, I heard from a very credible source that Mr. Beast has been sitting on a response to part 1 because he was worried if he posted it, I would instantly respond with part 2, you know, like this is Kids Bop, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Also, I know Mr. Beast's secret CEO has been practically like harassing my people on, you know, hey, what's in part 2? What does he know?
Secret CEO?
So I will just tell you, James, what will be in part 3, so you don't have to harass my people. It will be about serious allegations of sexual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in covering up those crimes. And I'll make sure to give you full
I'm
credit.
not laughing at the
and
crime. I was
clap
laughing
your
at the
face all over
allegedly.
screen when we talk about that. So yeah, I've gotten
That's a very
dozens of
serious
messages
claim.
from former Mr. Beast employees of very serious allegations. So I just want to put a call to action at the start of this video that, you know, if you have a story, you can DM me. Just make sure you send proof of employment first, because I get a lot of DMs. And like, as much as I meme and joke around, like, I take anonymity very seriously. So without explicit permission, I don't go public with anything. And obviously, if it goes to court,
You can't
I would
pause
hope
it
they would
live.
censor your information from the court documents. I don't know. Oh, and former contestants too. That's another thing I heard after posting my last video is during the 100 Boys versus Girls video, I have people corroborating the same story that the camera guy who gave the girl
Wait,
the drone was
doesn't it not
making
work?
some girls
You can't
feel
rewind, I thought.
uncomfortable. You trap these girls in a
Oh, never
circle
mind.
and make
I'm
them
wrong.
sleep on rough turf and get them high on paint fumes, and then you try to f them.
Okay, that seems really dark.
No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
I think I am.
Yeah, you are. Because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No,
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Anyway, so that will be part 3. So, you know, Mr. Beast, do with that information what you will. I know Chucky didn't want to respond to those allegations. So anyway, my interview with Jake Weddle, I chose to interview him because will be part 1 to those allegations.
I'm receiving many DMs corroborating very serious accusations of sexual harassment, sexual assault, and sexual coercion occurring within the company. Hearing these stories from both former contestants and employees alike, anything you'd like to address, or are you just interested in talking about raccoons and discrediting my character?
So anyway, my interview with Jake Weddle, I chose to interview him because I thought he was perfect because he was both on camera and behind the scenes in 2019 and 2020. And also, what people don't know is that he came back in 2021 to be the sole contestant of a Mr. Beast video, which never got uploaded because it went very badly. He also knows about another portable document format who was working at Mr. Beast while actually on the registry. And I'll get more into that story at the end of the video. So I got his DM, drove straight to New York overnight, did not sleep, just drank a bunch of caffeine. And I also only had one microphone in the interview, which he's wearing. So it's mostly just him talking. Also, like, final thing, people said my last video started slow. This video also starts slow. It you know, it builds up over time, but I'll do the retention thing and say, the ending will blow your mind. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay, Jake Weddle, everybody.
I'm Jake Weddle. Most people who, if you know me from Mr. Beast, I'm a deep cut. I'm in a few of the videos, sometimes maybe purposefully kept to the shadows a little bit. I'm in the cutting room floor a lot of the time. But I've been in some videos, I've worked on a lot.
So then there's a part 3 coming out that is about a very serious claim of sexual coercion and sexual misconduct happening at Mr. Beast's place. This is part 2, which I guess is an interview, but I don't know what it's about. I don't know if I missed it. I don't think we know what it's about. Damn. I mean, I want to watch part 3. Am I crazy? Like, obviously that is more important.
A lot of them. I was there from 2019 to 2020, 2021-ish when I came back and did some more. I was there when they were authentic, and then I saw the transition to what I feel like is a company. He's like a TV show now. It went from YouTuber guy with a camera to Amazon. The culture around there was very unspoken.
He's not profiting off of it because he says the videos aren't monetized. I don't think you can lie about
happy, that. You were on the good half. And these people got random bonuses and were usually moved up, had more screen time. And then there was people who, if you had a disagreement or butt heads with Jimmy or just you didn't like it, you know, you were in the other half. And I consistently was in the half that Jimmy doesn't like me. That's fine. I don't like him either. It's okay. Oh, that feels so good to say. I don't like Jimmy. I hate you so much. He didn't want anyone to get more popular or have more of a way out necessarily. Like, oh, I'm doing my Twitch thing on the side. Don't do that because you could get famous and leave and talk about me negatively. And I could tell that the yes men were, doing well. And I was, disgruntled for quite some time. So I've talked to reporters, right? Like publicly. And I've always had to choose my words very, very carefully because I don't want to say anything I don't stand behind, obviously. So I used to talk to people. I used to glaze Jimmy publicly for things I do genuinely think are true. But then it's like, well, how come you didn't talk about the working conditions? Well, I wanted a career. I didn't want to, speak ill of YouTube's golden boy and then I'm blacklisted forever. I tell people I was talking to you, and they go, "Don't, what are you doing? You're going to kill your career." It's like, I have to or I'll be sad. If this is the moment, we're going to talk about it. So as far as that, that's my covering up of why we didn't talk about XYZ sooner, but now you know.
What would you say is the fakest video that you worked on while you were there?
Fakest video that I worked on while I was there. This is the extent of the fakeness that I was involved to. This is admitting to my complicity. I was a writer there, and we were working on a video, crushing my friend's car with a rock or meteor or something. It was a rock or a meteor in the title of it. I can't remember, but he wanted to do a prank where, unbeknownst to the person, he takes a rock, crushes their car, and they're supposed to think a rock came out of space.
We're gonna take a meteor and we're gonna put it on Weddle's car. We're gonna take another meteor and put it on Marcus's car. Both of them have no idea that we're doing this. Weddle and Marcus are probably shocked. They had no idea.
And so that was the one and only time I had to, my car? What? And on the fly, I saw him, because Marcus was in that video. So Marcus is calling his mom. Marcus genuinely had no idea. He genuinely had no idea. But so Marcus is calling his mom, and his mom's freaking out. And I'm like, oh no, they're gonna call my mom next. So I had to text my mom, who had to beg to get the title very quickly. Now I'm texting my mom, I go, "Mom, I'm about to call you about the meteor thing. You have no idea? Be surprised." And then I hit send, and then they go, "Call your mom now." And I call my mom and I tell her, and oh, she should have got the Oscar. Oh my God, on the fly, she goes, "What? I'm on vacation." Mom, my car has been destroyed.
Wait, what?
A meteor hit it.
Jacob, I'm on vacation. Do you understand?
Yeah, I did that video, and they're supposed to give me $10K
Good acting, Mom.
to put a down payment on a new car, and they wanted me to get like a big flashy new car. $10K was supposed to be a down payment. And I can't afford a big flashy new car because I work at Mr. Beast. So I couldn't get anything I couldn't afford the taxes on. I couldn't get anything I couldn't afford the insurance on. So I do my part of the video, and I get a mom van that I could afford. And Jimmy was like, "Why didn't you get a cooler car?" I was like, I can't afford that, bro. Come on, what are you talking about? If I was working on a TV show in the 90s, on a show that was a quarter as successful, I could retire today. But now I make dog shit pay, making gajillionaires more money. And I just walked into the writer's room, and that's one of the reasons why I left, was because I just walked in there and asked for not necessarily a gajillion dollars, but maybe a salary that was more proportional
This is a new
to the
dog
work I
pack
was
video.
doing,
It's
given
an
how much
interview with
revenue that work was doing.
Jake
And
Weddle.
then, I talked about that, and I talked about the Writers
Holy
Guild
shit.
and how this is what Writers Guild industry standard is for the streaming internet content with ads. I thought that was the closest thing to YouTube, and I didn't even bring up residuals, because oh my God, if I got residuals for every video I worked on, boy howdy, I could retire. But the other thing I talked about was there was another writer there, older comic, black guy. He had a kid, and I got paid more than him, and I thought that was wild because he was older than me, had a child. We're doing the exact same job, and I'm some 20-year-old fuckhead white guy. Why am I getting paid more than him? I brought that up, and one of the things I didn't like about the way some of the V stuff shook out was I feel really guilty about the way this shook out. I was talking to this other writer, it's fucked up, that's how the pay is, and I want you to get paid more, because you deserve to get paid more. I don't have a kid. And he didn't want to rock the boat. He desperately didn't want to rock the boat. He's just, I like my job. I like, because when you grow up with, nothing, not to say that he did, but I know I did, You get a little something, you don't want to lose it. So he didn't want to rock the boat. But he said, hey man, if that's how you feel, you know, like if that's like, I trust you. He stood with me. He went in that meeting with me. And I said my piece and he backed me up. And I said, I need XYZ or I'm out of here. And they said, bet. And they gave me a severance check the next day. And they gave him a severance check the next day. And if I knew he was going to lose his job too, I wouldn't have done it.
Damn.
Me, I was over the moon. I was like, you're going to give me a check and I get to leave? You know, I don't get to deal with the how many Orbeez can I fit up my asshole every day? You know, and I get to go home and you're going to pay me to leave. I was over the moon. And he was devastated. He did not want. I said he just wanted to be in the room, you know?
Yeah, that sucks because you just wanted a job.
And I really regret that. But, you know, me and him are really still tight. We're still good friends.
Is he doing good?
Yeah, he's doing good. He's a good guy. I love that guy. He's doing good. Yeah.
So maybe you just feel better?
Honestly, best thing I could have done for him. Now that he's very, very far removed from all this crazy shit, I guess.
Do you think Jimmy really enjoys doing good and helping people?
I think Jimmy wants to be the best YouTuber. I think he is laser focused on one goal. And I think whatever he has to do to achieve that goal, he'll do. And I think it was the smartest decision for him that he calculated, because he's very good with numbers.
I just looked at the shirt.
If I donate to charity, people can't say I'm shitty. If I give this homeless guy 10K, what do you mean I'm a bad guy? But I've always thought, if you're going to do something nice for somebody and you stick a camera in their face while you do it, you didn't do a nice thing for somebody. You gained something. There was a homeless guy on the street and
This
you
is
saw
a Friends
an opportunity
episode.
for
There's
yourself
no such thing as a
and your
selfless
image.
deed.
And you gave one guy $10,000 who needed it to eat, and now the revenue you generated from that video is way more than what you gave. I think when he's generous on camera, it's the least authentic thing in the world. There's an element of, you know, oh, hey, you're crying. That's so...
I don't think that's wrong necessarily. I've always been of the opinion, though, Mr. Beast aside, that, like, some people are so driven on charity being, like, I forget what the word is, but, like, purely out of the goodness of your heart, and if it's not, it's, like, tainted in some way. But I think, like, the end result is always still valuable, you know what I mean? Like, if somebody, like, gains something, you know, and this is like why we have like tax write-offs for charity donations, is like, yeah, they do it for the tax write-offs, but the good is still being done from the donation. So I don't give a fuck, yeah, if they're altruistic or if it's just because, you know, hey, if, you know, Amazon donates $5 million to education, then they don't have to pay tax. I'm cool with that because I think the good that it does is still good. And so I guess this is similar. It's like there's obviously a gain to filming the philanthropic endeavors. I think the end result is still good. Like the people who, I mean, I guess in Mr. Beast's circumstance, like fucking gets a house and wherever is still valuable. Even if it's not like from the altruistic, like, you know, desire to do it. And I think in addition, you just don't have to like glaze somebody for doing it, right? Like, you can just be like, that is a net good, but you don't have to glaze the person for doing the net good, but you can still appreciate that that is a net good.
So good for camera. You know, I'm so glad he's...
Utilitarian
if you're crying
altruism.
because you're so thankful that you got XYZ, and then you go, oh, I'm so glad he needed it that bad so I could come in and... Oh, can you cry more? Oh, it's so good for the camera if
Well,
you
that's
could...
different.
It made me uncomfortable that I was working there.
Utilitarian altruism.
And I didn't like it. And I vocalized it sometimes, and I think that's why I wasn't on camera as much as they said I was going to be. I was told at one point that I was going to be like fourth banana, you know? I was gonna be
the
Jimmy,
charity's not a
Chris,
shield from
Chandler,
criticism.
me,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And that never happened. And I remember talking about that, like, hey, I thought my contract said XYZ.
Yeah, if the dude
and then I got the severance
who
check.
gets 10K
So,
is
you know,
being
whatever, all that
filmed,
regard.
they'll always
So
be like,
after
I don't give a
checks,
fuck
how's
as long
your
as they get the
relationship with
10K.
Conan? I know
Yeah.
you appeared in videos after that, right?
Right, so in videos where I was appearing in later, that's why you keep nice publicly. If you're nice in public, hey, Jake was nice in public, let's have him back for something. You know, yeah, sure. So I was hoping they call back, you know? And I appeared in some videos after I left. I think one of them was 3 days in a maximum security prison. If I did do mini challenges in that, I got paid. I was, clocked in with a rate, and I would get paid and compensated for those. But there was one video I was in. I got paid a lot for, but it didn't come out. It didn't come out because it didn't go well.
Yeah, there was a video, Mr. Beast exposed guy
that came out probably like a year ago, something like that. It got a lot of hot water when it came out. It was the surviving like $10,000 every day you survive in solitary or surviving solitary for whatever. It was like one of those solitary confinement videos that got a lot of media attention because everybody saw the premise and thought, what? You shouldn't do that. And people don't know that was the second attempt. The first attempt was on me. And it didn't go well. I was already planning on moving to New York, and I had worked at a couple of YouTube companies after Beast, and I had a little bit of change in my pocket. The most change I had in my pocket ever. Small potatoes, compared to Beast bullshit. But I thought I had enough to move to New York or whatever. And I get a call from somebody over there, and they go, "Hey, they want you for a video." I was like, "Oh, amazing, great, cool, thank God." What's the video? And they tell me the pitch. And they try to make the pitch sound like it's going to be like a walk in the park. The pitch is 100 days in solitary confinement. But don't worry, like you only have to last like 30. We have like a video. They're pitching it like at first it's going to be like a luxury vacation. You're going to have like a hot tub and an ice cream machine. And like part of the video is going to be you deciding like what items am I going to get rid of today, and it's like the choice.
Okay, so we've watched this video, right? We've watched this, I guess, the second attempt of this video where it's the guy who has all the stuff and they like take something away from his room every day. We've watched that, I'm pretty sure. Members only chat, yeah, members only chat might be the vibe, but I think it's fine for now. But I remember we watched it, but he's saying there was a first attempt at that video and he was the the talent in it, excuse me. He's the talent in it, yeah? That's what I'm getting?
It's going to be bad for you to last like 5 days tops when you have like nothing left. You're the first, it's going to be like a breeze for most of it. And by the end of it, after 30 days, you're going to get $300,000 because it's $10,000 a day. And I don't know, man. I grew up poor.
Well, I think the reason for members only is a lot of people are just like making random comments about like, I don't know, like a lot of comments like attacking personal appearance or just like making fucking random calls. I mean, like it's not hard to fucking read chat and be like, oh yeah, that chat's shit. So I don't think it's a crazy call. So I'll run it. Let's fucking rip it. Let's rip it, baby girl.
North Carolina. I said, excuse me? I'll dance for you if you put that kind of money in my face, sure. They were like, you're going to be locked in this room, and we got to make sure.
Wait, how much? I missed it, sorry.
I grew up poor in North Carolina. End of it, after 30 days, you're going to get $300,000 because it's $10,000 a day.
That's a lot of dollars.
And I don't know, man. I grew up poor in North Carolina. I said, excuse me? I'll dance for you if you put that kind of money in my face, sure. They were like, you're going to be locked in this room, and we got to make sure you're on all the time. We're going to have cameras on you all the time, and you're perfect for this because you never shut the fuck up. On paper, I was like, okay, I can do this, and they always cut me out of the videos. They always, and I was, editors have told me that it's because you have too much of a personality. And so with this video, I thought, this is perfect. It's a video they can't cut me out of. I'm the guy. And so I thought, well, if I have to do this, if I have to do solitary confinement in order to do the things I want to do, then I will do that. That I held my tongue and I swallowed my pride and I tried to do one last ride. And I get there. And at first it's fine. And I mean, they had just freshly painted the set. You could smell it, which that's probably not good. The smell of fresh paint in your surroundings for the next XYZ time. It looked good on the visual. It looks good on camera. It's movie magic
like
bullshit.
A stand-up guy.
It was a terrible facility. I mean, he was in one of the studios. They had to get a separate tank for septic stuff. Yeah, there was a hot tub in it. Yeah, there was an ice cream machine. Things were cool and funny on paper, but when you think about stuff, a hot tub that's not connected to a filtration system, Give it 3 days, it's gonna stink. You know, there's not a hot water mechanism, so the hot tub was a lukewarm tub at best, which I was
Thank
a silly
you, kids.
complaint,
No for the
but
5.
the shower was always cold, and you're taking like a quick shower, and I had cameras 24/7 on me, and the ice cream machine. Let's talk about that for a second. The ice cream machine has 2 modes: on, and off, reeking of smelly dairy mildew. Like, so I got to choose which sense was assaulted at a time. I couldn't have all of them good. So the little things started to build up. You know, there was like the bug thing wasn't like terrible, but it was a factor. And like at first it was fine, you know, and you're playing it up like, cause you know it's a video, and it got to a point where like they weren't turning the lights off. You know, I asked them, I said, can we like have like nighttime hours? You know, and they said no, because it would fuck up the time-lapse shots. The time-lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Yeah, I saw in other videos they did like, oh, you're gonna get XYZ hours of sunlight. Oh, great! Well, I don't know how they figured that one out. I didn't have it. You know, one of the things was you got to take away your clock, so you didn't know what time it was. Okay, I got no access to sun. I got no access to clock. I don't know, like, the lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now. But
I empathize with the difficulty of the challenge, but ultimately you know what the challenge is when you go into it, and I think you can walk, right? I empathize with it because I recently watched a documentary about this happening in Japan. It's like the musubi guy. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's the eggplant guy. Charlie's made a video about it you guys might have seen, but like this guy in Japan who had to earn like some fucking crazy amount, $10,000 of prizes in mail-in prize giveaways. And he was trapped in an apartment by himself, naked, on camera, for almost a year. Like, think about that. Like, and like the documentary is really good. You should watch it, but like that shit's fucked. And it's like, I think the net amount of money that he got out of it wasn't even like that high compared to how successful and huge the broadcast was. It's crazy they got away with it. It's absolutely insane. That shit's some real Truman Show stuff. Don't get Mr. Beast ideas. But I don't, you know, and not to like devalue this man's experience based off of much worse experience. But this one, you can walk. Well, I guess we're going to get there. Because I assume the video's not out because he did walk.
There, I had good people looking out for me. I had a lot of good people looking out for me saying, this, we got to stop. So I just wanted to turn the lights off. And I'm vocalizing to people, I wish the lights would turn off. And I go up to my friend, my good friend. And I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists. Oh, good. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing. So, you know, they're giving me, you know, melatonin, you know, it's not helping, you know, and then Jimmy would come in like every other day for like an hour, you know, to check in on me because he's doing other stuff. You know, I'm just the guy in the cage over here. He'll come back to me in a minute. And so he'd come by, he'd get the shots, he'd leave. Sometimes he'd have a note from the director over the phone. That would really piss me off. This is the note I got from the director, from Jimmy, when I'm receiving some cash. He said, Jimmy said, can you say to the camera how thankful you are that now you can pay back your student loans? You know how hard it was to do a take of that? And pretend to make it genuine? I don't want to have student loans. I don't want to be in a cage. But Jimmy's the guy with the money, and if you do what he says, he'll do what you want. You want your student loans paid off? You just be in this cage. And you have power over people. When one person doesn't have resources and the other one does, and they hold it over your head, and you go, of course, yeah, I agreed to it. I needed it, of course. Just something about like having the cameras on me all the time. Like I was not having a good time, but we were filming a video, So I was trying my best to be funny, you know. I'm a dark comic, you know. I got bits about. I had a very traumatic life. I have my dad is in jail for sexual assault of a minor, you know. So this kind of stuff is very near and dear to my heart. You know, I don't fuck around with this shit. Yeah, I have jokes about that in my act. You know, I joke about it because that's what you do in a traumatic experience. You know, abusive relationships. I get out of it. The first thing I do is I do a typing about it. You know, so I'm in this situation where my mental health is not good. My physical health is getting worse, but we're filming. So I'm doing bits. I'm talking to the camera. And I'm being, you know, like, hey, it's been a couple days. I'm not doing so hot, you know, which if I'm filming a video, that's what I should be doing for the camera, but it was too real. If they're faking videos, why couldn't we fake this one? You know?
That's what I've been saying.
If we're allowed to let these cast members have some time off of this difficult challenge, how come we couldn't turn the lights off? How come we couldn't maybe not have some time-lapse footage for 10 seconds?
Did you try to get out?
Yes! I was starting to calculate, I don't know if I could do 30. How much can I, well, how can I manage to get out of here sooner and still have a video and still have some cash and get the plug, man. I did. Since we're doing time-lapse shots and since they insisted on time-lapse shots, I said, all right, we'll give you time-lapse shots back. I put my YouTube on with the whiteboard they gave me. And I was like, all right, yeah, go ahead and scrub that footage. You know, you got that whiteboard. Oh no, either that goes in or this footage is unusable. And then, you know, James Warren came in and erased it. You know, fucking, you know, don't put that. Hey, we can torture him. Don't you dare let him get a plug in there. You know. Like we were playing up the joke. You know, it's like I'm the boy in the cage. You know, whatever. Like I'll play into a joke. Whatever, it's fine. It's just something weird about when Jimmy jokes. I have jokes about my dad. Because I love jokes from my dad. I'll joke with my dad all the time. That guy's a piece of shit. I hate my dad. But I have friends that make fun of my dad. That's fine, because I know their intent. I know where they're coming from. When Jimmy joked with my dad, and I said that to seem weird. I don't like it. We were doing that, one of those hide and seek videos. Again, you know, at the time, they were a lot realer. So I got caught. And when you get caught, you know, you go to the place where you get caught. And I don't know if there's footage of this. I don't know if, yeah, I definitely didn't make the final cut.
This is totally tangential to the. We don't know how it ended with the solitary confinement, but he's explaining how Jimmy made a joke about his dad, who's in jail, sexual assaulter of minor.
But he says to me, "All right, you go to jail. You know, like your dad." And like, it's a joke. But when my friends do it, it's fine, and Jimmy just wasn't my friend. He was my boss. And that wasn't cool. And so now, I'm locked in a cage at his whim. And I have to do things to get the cash I need to live. And I got these cameras on me all the time. And I was unwell. I had editors coming up to me, saying, "You good, bud?" And I was like, "Yeah, why? You're clearly unwell." And he goes, "Well, because the footage you're sending in is haunting. Because I'm trying to be funny, but I am mentally decaying, so I'm doing bits." Someone said there is a horror cut.
Thank you, Aiden, for the 10.
Of a video in this.
Because we know the video doesn't come out, so presumably he didn't finish the challenge. If this ends without him getting paid, that's a huge problem. You know what I mean? For however long he was in there.
And I'm saying, like, who's watching this? Like, who wants to see this? What is fun about this, the video? And so the thing that made me I gotta get out.
Yeah, the stand-up delivery is getting to me too. I agree. He's not reading off anything. Everyone keeps saying he's reading off stuff. He's just clearly like a stand-up comic or like, well, no, he's just clearly a fan of stand-up comic, a stand-up comic himself, and he talks very much like a stand-up comic does. Like a very much like the you know thing is like there's like it's the same with YouTuber voice. There's stand-up voice, and he has stand-up voice.
Another day in a year. Jimmy comes in.
That's his mannerisms? Well, I know, but that comes from stand-up.
I don't know what time it is. I don't know, it's like 2 or 3 or whatever. He's like, "Why is he sleeping?" I don't know, because I can't sleep. And he comes in. He wakes me up. And he goes, ask me why I have 2 briefcases. And I'm like, why do you have 2 briefcases? And he goes, oh, because this one's for today, you know, and this one's for the challenge. And I go, what's the challenge today? He goes, you're gonna run a marathon. You're gonna do the 22.6K, whatever it is.
26.2 miles.
You're gonna do it on that treadmill over there. The first challenge I did was a Rubik's Cube, and I'm dyslexic. I'm dumb. I don't know how to do a Rubik's Cube. So your first challenge Rubik's Cube. I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. I was like, on camera. I don't want to do it. He goes, just do it for the thing. Like, kid, yeah. Like there was an element of, oh, Jake will do what we want because he's in house. You know, that's one of the reasons why they got me. Jake's he's an inside guy, so he'll do whatever. We can push him a little extra hard because we know he's good. We know he's. I couldn't say no to the treadmill thing. Yeah. So I people who run marathons train forever, and it's still hard. Again, writer. Do I look like I run? I don't run. You know, let alone a marathon, let alone that training for it. So I was in a sunlightless, you know.
Did you try to say no? Like, did you have a choice, or?
Based on the Rubik's Cube thing and based on all the other stuff, like there was so much pressure to just do it, just do the thing, you know. You know, and if I refuse, it's just, oh, that's the whole video. I guess the budget's, you know, so much money up in flames because Jake said he wouldn't want to do the thing. And so I wanted to be a good sport, and I wanted to get the boost, and I wanted the cash, and so I started running at 12. I was able to take some breaks, and I asked him, how long do I have? He goes, until I get back. And I'm running until 3 a.m. When I got off the treadmill, oh, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe, just all over, just these big red. I couldn't walk. My muscles were like just the lactic acid. I got off the treadmill, and then the people that came in to like ice my feet, you know, make sure I was good. Then that's when I was like, I'm done. I can't. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. And that's when I get psych in, and I talk to the psych about how I'm not well, and like I said, there was a lot of good people over there that was saying, you got to pull him out. Yeah, I had friends that did some freelance work, and they would tell me, they'd be like, yeah, everyone knows you over there, everybody loves you. They go, oh, Jake Weddle, love that guy. Shame what happened to him. Like I'm a ghost.
No, this video's never
I
posted.
said, how much longer are you guys going to keep me in here? And the guy goes, realistically, like at least 7 more days? No. And they didn't let me leave right away either. They wanted to make sure, everything was fine. So I just, slept for a while. They turned the lights off. And it's like they brought in all my friends, to make it. They brought in all the people I liked. And Jimmy. Then everybody was around me making sure I was good, making sure I was okay. But Jimmy had his he was sitting in the chair turned around like an evil villain. Swear to God. Everyone was looking at me and he was like Lex Luthor over there. He turns around, he stands up. He does the exact same thing when he's pretending to have a human connection. You know when you're watching a video and he's like, oh, stop, you're gonna make me cry. And he touches his eye or whatever as if he's crying. He's just... I didn't have to pretend to do that shit. She says, as if rehearsed by his lawyers. Yeah, your mental health's the most important thing. I just want to make sure you're okay. And the last thing we want you to do is... I can almost hear the word Sue come out of his mouth. The S. He just stopped right before it got out. I did not get the 300K. What I got, he goes, think of it this way. At least you get to keep what you earned. You were in there for XYZ days.
How many days?
You did XYZ challenges, so you got, 100,000 some change, give or take. You know how much money I spent in taxes in 2021? I spent $44,000 in taxes alone. And now I spent all that money on doing stand-up. I bought plane tickets to go do comedy festivals. You know, my family back home, I gave them a bunch of stuff that they needed. And haven't been back on a beast set in any official capacity or unofficial capacity since then. And then they did the video with somebody else, and they worked out the kinks. And then I'd still gotten some hot water, and I knew it would. And I've wanted to say a lot of this for a long, long, long time. And I feel good now. I just had to get that off there.
So I just want to hop in here and show some text that Jake sent me after this interview. This is.
So I guess he was in like a week or something. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he was struggling from the start. The marathon thing's crazy. As a man who's run a half marathon, who could run a marathon tomorrow without training, this is me, though. I'm a Red Bull athlete. I'm not trying to say this is a normal thing. Marathon's crazy hard. Especially without the right gear and shit. But, yeah, I definitely think he got paid for... Well, it wasn't exactly 10 days, right? Because it was 10K a day, but then he said he did challenges for money. Like, he got money for doing the marathon. I don't know how much that is, though. So I don't know. I feel like the days weren't said. He said XYZ days. But it's, I mean, like, I think the more eye-opening thing, it wasn't a long amount of time that he was in compared to the 30-day initial. But it's... What's more interesting to me is how quickly he deteriorated in the smaller time frame. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's how tough it was for him to be in that environment. And the lights on and the smell and all that he was describing. He said 100,000 and change. Yeah, I don't know. It's not clear to me. It's not clear. I feel like it. Maybe he says it here.
This is July 29, 2021, a few days after he got out of solitary. How are you feeling after a few days? Better. I still couldn't sleep even a few days out, but I almost have my sleep cycle back on track. My legs and joints are good, but the blisters on my feet still hurt to walk on. Medical advice I got was not to lance them and just let them go away with time. I'm mentally still in an uneasy place, but I've gotten back on better help. My therapist is a little concerned, but we are working on things.
Oh, like BetterHelp, the website. That's crazy. Like BetterHelp.com, like the...
Reminder, this is not supposed to be a traumatic life event. This is supposed to be a Mr. Beast video. Hey, Jake, hope you're doing okay. Meg and I just wanted to check in on you. Hey, I'm good, and I appreciate that. I'm not exactly 100%. I feel like mentally I'm still...
I don't think the guy's faking at all how he felt about the situation. I think he feels how he said he felt, you know? Like, I think some people are trying to, like, he's reading a script or something or acting. I don't think he's doing that. You know, no offense to him. I don't think he's that good of an actor. But I think he's just genuinely, like, he felt, well, yeah, when he experienced it. Hey, chill. Don't fucking do that shit in here. Don't fucking come in here and be like, he felt, past tense. Relax. I'm saying he's being genuine about the feelings he's expressing. And he felt, because it's from 2021, and these messages is legitimate. As a person, I think he actually felt that way.
Recovering a bit, but back in therapy and my...
Turn off chat? Nah, I'm going to throw it off momentarily, though, because you guys are, frankly, just the same, just a smaller amount. So I'll let the people run rampant.
My therapist is concerned. Haha, but my legs and...
Jimmy was in Dogpack's chat. I almost like would bet you $1 billion that it was a fake Mr. Beast account with a check mark. I think that's like a easy, like you fell for the day one trick, you know?
And joints feel better.
Like you fell for the walk, I got your nose trick.
But my feet are still covered on those blisters and those hurt to walk on. But I was told the best thing to do is stay off my feet and let them heal. I'm in Raleigh with my family. Also, it'll be like a month before I get the money.
How long is the video chat?
And they aren't giving me all the money. They're giving me what I won up to that point in the game, which was also a slap in the face. But hey, I'm out. I'm alive. Therapist who knows and cares about you. The whole thing was so fucked, and honestly, fuck them for not giving you the money. Meg and I are wishing you the best with your recovery, and please feel free to reach out if you need anyone to talk to or need a place to crash in New York. Hope you're doing well, man. That video you uploaded is money. So good. I appreciate. I'm doing better physically. Mentally, I'm still kind of in a place. I still can't sleep. I've slept 5 hours in the past 3 days, marathon included. I don't know what's wrong with me. Lots of thinking, too much, one might say. Hope they're taking care of you where they can. I mean, I was kind of shocked they didn't pay me for the full 25, 30 days. They paid me what I made up to that point. Like, even when we have to pull the plug for my mental health, the mechanism of the game is still at play. I'm just happy to be out. I still can't walk well, but it hurts less. And like,
I mean, I would say the pay thing makes sense. The bigger thing that they shouldn't have done is made him run a marathon and then kept the lights on. Like, that to me is the things that were wrong. Right? Like, turn the lights off, have some way. Because, like, usually in Mr. Beast videos, if there's something that a competitor struggles with, that then becomes the next thing he offers as, like, a way to detract money, and it becomes part of it. And it's what they do in, like, Survivor or other shows. You know, like in Survivor when they're not eating for a while, Jeff then comes up with a bag of rice that they play for or whatever that they can split. And so they adapt to how the person is struggling. So they should have done that with the light, obviously. And then not made him run the marathon. I think that's like a freebie, you know?
Like, I'm not famous enough to burn a bridge. So at the end of the day, I'm still Jimmy's bitch. Like,
yeah, and if the reality is if the reality is that, like, he is the guinea pig, you know, that he called himself, and that, you know, Mr. Beast learned these lessons from this, and that's why, like, he was able to get it right the second time or something, then, you know, this guy did get done dirty.
Like, if I was Carl and he did that to me, I'd ruin him. And they want to do it again. That could be your leverage. If the guy breaks down also, 2 is better than 1. Yeah, right. I told them everything they did to me that they can't do again in order to make sure the other person doesn't break down as fast. But, like, the way the video is meant to function is the problem. It's a bad idea, full stop. It sounds clickbaity, sounds right up Jimmy's alley, but it's morally unethical, like, on every level. Off-camera breaks, lights off at night, visitation, take the marathon out. Marathon is a video in itself. You can't expect someone to exert themselves like that for 45 seconds of content. The challenges really made it feel dehumanizing, felt like a parody of Mr. Beast. I felt like the homeless guy they could exploit. It felt like if Jeff Bezos had a GIMP. It felt like if Jeff Bezos had a GIMP. Part of me wants the footage burned, and part of me thinks that there's a...
GIMP's like a fucked up term for someone with a handicap, right? I've heard it more accurate to, like I have a bad leg, like I have a GIMP leg. But calling someone it's sexual? Wait, what? It's a sex thing? I guess I'm just not fucking like that. GIMP sex. I shouldn't look that up. I'm live.
There's a great horror cut in there. LMAO, he was so fake when he came in and said he cared about my mental health. They must have programmed the care about mental health updates. He said, we also don't want you to, and I swear to our Lord and Savior, he stopped himself from saying sue. Also, as far as, like, he could have said no, he could have left at any time. I want to show this segment from an internal document at Mr. Beast called How to Succeed in Mr. Beast Production. Specifically on page 19, there's a paragraph called No Does Not Mean No. Already insane, because it seems to be co-opting the popular anti-rape slogan, which is a terrible look given the allegations that are going to be coming out very soon. It reads, when dealing with people outside Mr. Beast Productions, never take no at face value. If we need a store to buy everything inside of, and you can call the local Dollar Tree, and the person that answers says, no, you can't film here, that literally doesn't mean shit. Talk to other employees and see if they are fans or if any have kids that are fans. Try talking to their boss's boss. Have me DM them on Twitter and try their social team. If all avenues are exhausted and you are left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try the other Dollar Trees, because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules. Basically what I'm trying to convey is what we call pushing through no. Don't stop because one person told you no.
Okay, look, I understand the bad optics around no does not mean no, but I don't think this is pertaining to, like, a sexual consent conversation. This is, like, cheesy MLM sales pitch shit. This is like, don't take no for an answer sales pitch. It's not like, hey, when you are trying to hook up with someone, remember, no does not mean no. But like I almost got fucking sucked into an MLM. They have the same exact stuff. It's like sales shit. That's poorly worded title, but I feel like some of you guys are reading it and then being like, yeah, it's the Mr. Beast team on page 19 and they teach you how to have unconsensual sex, which obviously isn't it. It's like, what's the MLM story? It's a video on my channel. It was a while back.
Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted. This is one of many tools that when combined dramatically improve your probability of success when producing here. So yeah, this idea of like pushing through no's is a big component to working at Mr. Beast. And the way that it manifests itself a lot of the time is like a director might tell a producer, hey, we need access to 30 acres of farm.
Look, hey, I'm gonna speak my mind, all right? I think the fucking marathon thing was fucked. I think the lights on thing was fucked. I don't think that means that they were teaching a workplace culture of unconsensual sex. I don't think that. All right? If that makes me a controlled opposition, that's fine. But like if you're not able to freely form a thought on your own with reading shit and express it, then like what are you in this world?
Farmland by Tuesday or we lose $500,000. Now, if you're the producer, you obviously know that means get it done or you lose your job. So what can happen is like a producer's calling up farmers saying, hey, I need to use your land. And the farmer might be like, okay, but...
I'm not saying that's what he's saying, chat. You were saying that.
You know, I have animals. You can't be making...
He is saying that because they have a no or push through no sales strategy for producers, that this like mindset might have also then gone to like producers of shoots. And that when he wanted to leave the shoot, they went through a push through the no mentality of getting this guy to compete longer than he would have liked. That's the point he is trying to make here.
Really loud noises, no pyrotechnics.
He started it by saying that the title of this is bad because of the stuff that's come out, which I think was like a dumb thing to say because it's like it detracts from his broader point, which is actually somewhat apt. But I think he just wanted to like throw a dig in.
Techniques, and you got to clean everything up. So the producer's sort of incentivized to lie and say, or maybe the producer doesn't even actually know the total contents of the video, right? Things changed last second. So they're very like, they're financially incentivized to be manipulative and sort of, they're put in positions where it's like, oh, it's either the producer's job or a civilian's job, like where it talks about, hey, maybe the manager would be willing to bend the rules. Well, you shouldn't really be pressuring civilians to bend the rules that could get them fired, you know? I'll show you a real life example. This is unused evidence from part 1. I had seen this Reddit post titled Mr. Beast leaving trash behind and debris at film site in Aden, North Carolina. Apparently he left a large boat in a pond as well as debris around the film site in the bottom of the pond weeks and weeks after the agreed time frame. This actually rendered it unsafe for campers and almost delayed the camp's opening date multiple times due to not being able to get in contact with Mr. Beast to get the stuff cleaned up out of the area. So I actually know that this is from a Mr. Beast video called Protect the Yacht, Keep It. Where at the end of that video, he actually says...
And if you're wondering, yes, we did ensure the lake was completely cleaned up after this video. For the love of God, subscribe so we can pass T-Series.
Yes, so he says at the end of the video that they made sure it was cleaned up. I was actually on site for part of this production. I was at this camp. So I decided to send an email out to the camp, basically saying, hey, I heard these rumors, I'm investigating.
Wait, he subbed to you? What do you mean?
So I actually know that this is from a Mr. Beast video called...
Oh, yeah. I didn't even see that. Oh, my little fucking head popping up.
Protect the Yacht, Keep It. Where at the end of that video, he actually says...
And if you're wondering, yes, we did ensure...
What is this shit? This is crazy. This is like what YouTubers see. This is like some extension. It's a Social Blade thing.
Sure the lake was completely cleaned up after this video. For the love of God, subscribe so we can pass T-Series.
Yeah, so he says at the end of the video that they made sure it was cleaned up. I was actually on site.
No, chat, look, there are a fuck ton of ads. I'm not even going to front with you at all. I'd turn that shit up to maximum because, like, frankly, most of you guys are like little drama frogs who are here for drama. And I do punish you for that. I apologize. It is true. I am punishing the shit out of you for it. if all you're here is for drama. But we got no ads when it's fucking, hey, when we're running Fall Guys Tuesdays, we run no ads. I'm forming the fuck out of you, though. Real shit. I'm not even going to lie. I'm getting the bag from you guys. Respectfully. That is a fact. Unfortunately, YouTube also has this fucked up feature where if you're subbed, you still watch the ads. So that's not my fault. That's YouTube's. I got to work on that shit. But yeah, no, you're watching it? Well, I have to watch this, right? First of all, I want to watch it for personal reasons, right? But second of all, if I don't watch it, I think I won't be able to stream without my chat being, hey, why aren't you watching it controlled up? By the way, I titled this stream, I see a couple people commenting on it. I titled the stream before I knew this video was coming out. It was literally just because I was going live for 7 days in a row. By the way, I'm also nervous. Okay, no, it ends. It ends. Okay, wait. Okay, hell yeah. It ends in 12 minutes. All right. I just have to leave in 20 minutes because I have to go to a concert.
Right. For part of this production, I was at this camp.
YouTube Premium is God. Like, I don't know how I would live without it. I'm not like a shill for YouTube Premium. I don't get a cut of it, but fuck, man. I watch so much YouTube. I've not seen an ad in 4 years. It has changed the course of my life. I've been watching the Olympics on Peacock, or not Peacock, or like NBC or whatever, YouTube TV. So many fucking ads. It kills me.
So I decided to send an email out to the camp. Basically,
yeah, I had to go to the fucking concert. It's Leve. You think I'm going to skip Leve? Put yourself together for a moment. You sound like a fool.
Saying, hey, I heard these rumors. I'm investigating a similar incidents. And the camp responded, actually not denying the claims, going on to say, I am sure that there are no perfect film productions, just as there are no perfect people. I am grateful for the opportunity that we had to host the production crew, and because grace or forgiveness has been offered to me so freely, I will choose to offer the same. So clearly alluding to the fact that there was a wrongdoing by Mr. Beast's production team. And that's like sort of the thing is...
What a beautifully real... That's like the kindest email I've ever seen composed ever. Oh, it's a Christian camp. Oh my God. What a beautiful Christian soul. That's like such a nice... hey, James, thanks for reaching out to me as the executive director of the Christian camp. We've worked hard at navigating our busy summer camp. The cast and crew we hosted in March put on a big production, and I was able to meet some of the great folks who specialize in effects and explosions. They're very professional. They took their job seriously. Safety was a first priority. Okay, that's good. Working with producers was a blessing. They communicated frequently, even texted me before explosions were going to happen. They also made sure that we were able to live out our mission as a Christian camp. I am sure that there's no perfect film productions, just as that there are no perfect people. I am grateful for the opportunity that we had to host a production crew, and because grace has been offered to me so freely, I'll choose to offer the same. Thanks for reaching out. We are now focusing on finishing out a great summer camp and are not interested in discussing this any further. Okay. Okay.
That there was a wrongdoing by Mr. Beast's production team. And that's like sort of the thing is, if you're around Greenville, you know these stories of people working with Mr. Beast and it being extremely unprofessional, them not doing what they say. But they sort of get by a lot on their good public image. And like, I mean, this camp offered to host them completely for free. And I guarantee, like, if you went to the lake at the camp and you went magnet fishing, like, you'd find all sorts of debris that's still there to this day. Like, they didn't clean it all up. So in the case of Jake Weddle, like, I'm sure that there were producers who were in a position of, hey, if Jake gets out early.
I completely and totally disagree with everything you just said about the yacht thing. Just based off the email that I saw from the guy. Unless he actually did the due diligence of going to the lake and finding out about it. But I understand he's using it as a setup point for the Jake Weddle thing. So that's what I'm more interested in. So I'm basically saying cut that out of my brain. I don't find that argument that strong. And let's go back to the Jake Weddle thing, which is, to me, a lot more important. Just based off that guy's emails, like fucking, the email kind of spoke for itself.
We don't have a video.
Because he's basically saying the lack of something in the email is proof. But that's not, you can't use the lack of something to prove that something, you can't use the lack of him saying Jimmy didn't do it to prove that Jimmy did, you know what I mean?
And your job is at risk. So there's a tremendous amount of pressure on top of like him being delirious from not sleeping and everything to just manipulate him into.
I mean, I don't even think like it needs to be that deep. Like, I just believe like if you are talent, like Jake Weddle was for the shoot, that like it, you know what's a good example? Really, fuck man, here's a homework assignment. If you guys haven't seen this shit, not even homework assignment, it's just a good video. It's called Nasubi. This is the dude. If you've seen Charlie's video, I think it's still worth watching the documentary. But it's about, again, this Japanese comedian who took part in this wildly popular game show in Japan. And there's a Hulu documentary called A Contestant about it. And in it, he describes how he spent a year of his life in a room in solitary, basically, naked, and why he never left, even though he was allowed to leave at any moment. And I think that, because the whole time you're watching, you're like, why didn't he leave? Why didn't he leave? And I think it's because the opportunity seems too great to pass up. So, like, I think he's trying to, like, connect that, like, oh, there's this document. It says, oh, you can't take no for an answer. There's a sales strategy, whatever. Like, I understand the connections he's trying to make. Sure, that's all fine and dandy. But I think much more powerful than any of that is the just, like, you know, the thought of, you know, this opportunity is too big to pass up or something. So I don't even, like, this extra stuff is, like, I already know, like, I already believe and understand why Jake didn't leave. I already get that.
Staying, which, you know, I'm sure this isn't, like, technically against the Geneva Convention on torture because he wasn't technically a prisoner. Like, he could have left at any time, but because of the extreme pressure to stay in, it's not really a reasonable expectation that he could have just, you know, walked out.
Because of the implication.
I think Jimmy is a awkward kid who maybe, yeah, had it a little rough growing up. I can't speak on that, but I do have empathy for it. Because I, you know, had it rough growing up. And I think when you're hyper fixated on something, like I love stand-up, he loves YouTube, everyone, you know, fixates on a thing, you know. I think he just wanted to be the best YouTuber so bad. And because the industry's metrics, you know, rewarded some not great behavior, if you're just going on autopilot based on what the numbers say, you know, you can do some things that maybe aren't good, but reap reward. And I think Jimmy just did what the industry and maybe what this system that we have set up demanded. And he didn't care who got hurt. And I think Jimmy surrounded himself with really, really not so great people, and those people were the ones making the decisions. And I want to say, really important, there are so many good people that work at Mr. Beast who are damn good at their jobs. Like, when Jimmy comes in and asks for something impossible, it's these people's jobs to do it. And they shouldn't be able to make it happen, and they do.
That's true. He's not reading something. A lot of people are like, he's reading something. Well, I don't think he's reading something.
And so I don't think people wanted to talk about stuff because I didn't want my friends to lose their jobs. I don't care about my fucking job. I'll die in a hole. I don't care. But I don't want my friends to lose their jobs. You know? I don't want anyone's reputation to be fucked. You know? But let's just go back to my dad for a second, if I may. My dad was was like a swim coach, your neighborhood swim team. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved him. Behind closed doors, he's a real piece of shit. And so when stuff starts hitting the fan, what? Him? No. Surely. And then, you know, everyone, you know, thought my mom was the bitch, you know, for not, you know. But then the news broke, you know, that he did what he did to one of the students of the team. And it's like when that comes out, you're not surprised, you know? You just go, when I saw my dad in the news, I said, oh, you idiots. Like, I was like, no, I was, oh, dumbass, god damn it. But I wasn't surprised. And it was just consequences happening to somebody who was really good at avoiding them for a long time. And I don't know, everybody loves Jimmy. And behind closed doors, he is not super great. And that image is...
Okay, he's basically saying his father, who was caught, I think, as a swim coach, having sexual relationships with a minor on his team, was really beloved by the town. And so when that came up, everyone was surprised. And then relating that to Jimmy also being loved, which is a pretty fucking heavy comparison to make, but...
cultivated purposefully and intentionally. And it's branding, it's marketing, it's YouTube.
Okay, so I guess, yeah, just one final question on a serious note.
He said that at the start. I'm not like fucking pulling that out of my ass. He at the start was like, my father was in jail for sexual assault of a minor. It was physical assault of a minor? Really? I could have sworn. Yeah, it was sexual, right? Yeah, okay.
Obviously, the Ava Chris Tyson drama, and you know, that's a known issue of traditional media. Did you witness or hear about
Who the fuck's a cameraman?
Sexual misconduct at the company?
It's crazy. I probably hung out with Ava the most out of the main cast, just because I was on Beast Hacks. Now Beast Reacts. I don't know if it's still out. That was a lot of fun because it was just, you know, being silly and goofy in front of the camera. And Ava was the only person who was willing to film. Everybody else was too busy or didn't want to, and I was just trying to do my job. Sometimes there'd be like an offhanded joke that's a little gross. I mean, I'm a stand-up, so I'm very desensitized to that. I didn't hear anything that was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like when I saw, the reason I messaged you instead of talking to reporters sweetly like I have been was when I saw the Discord stuff. Because when I got there, it was like 2019. So I guess if the timelines add up, that would have been like handled, for lack of a better term. And then they started bringing more people on. You know, maybe they thought they had that under the rug. You know, all right, we handled that. Now let's bring in some writers. You know, and when I saw it, all that stuff start coming out, and the potentiality as of this moment of recording. You know, I know this has been happening fast and stuff has been coming out so fast. Just the potential that Jimmy could have been in those Discord chats, or even the potential that he participated in those Discord chats. After the shit he did to me, if you're gonna make fun of my dad, I don't care what happens to me and my career and reputation after this. I had to say some stuff. So whatever happens at this point.
Outside of Ava Chris Tyson, did you notice any or hear about any sexual misconduct at the company?
Didn't you just?
I've heard rumors. I can't confirm or deny anything. I don't have any tangible evidence, but I've heard stuff that if it could be investigated, that'd be great. But it's like water cooler talk. But I've heard things. Yes, of course. I heard, you know, people have been let go for sexually assaulting some very young people. The idea that Jimmy didn't know, or that Jimmy was covering stuff up. He didn't want stuff to come out. You know, he's very careful about his image. You know, the tangible proof that he knew but covered it up. You know, how do you prove that, you know? Well, there was a known sex offender, registered sex offender, convicted sex offender on the registry and everything.
Fourth degree sexual assault intercourse victim less than 18 years old. What? Victim age 1 to 11? In 2010, which is 14 years ago, which would have made this person 22? Who the fuck is this dude? What is fourth degree? Is that the highest? Is it like Burns? Fourth degree is any non-consensual contact not covered in the other classes, excluding intercourse. Oh, wait. I don't know the degrees. First degree is higher. I mean, any degrees against a 1 to 11-year-old.
Who worked there. And like, you can, you know, someone pees in public, you're on the registry, you know, you get it. You can still have a job after you're on the, that's one thing.
That happened to a guy in my high school He was peeing on the soccer team. It's actually a fucking rival high school. He was peeing though in the grass. This is totally irrelevant. But he was peeing during a game, and then a police officer saw him and then fucking made him a sex offender because he was 18, because he was like a senior and shit, which is crazy. Because the officer was like, yeah, there's kids nearby. But it's like, bro's peeing in the woods.
You go to prison, you get rehabilitated, that's one thing. You know, like if you do your time, that's fine. I think there should be rehabilitation in this country. But that guy, from what I hear...
Dude, I think it was National North.
From what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. And they knew that. And he's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. And they covered up the fact that not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started. And you know that he knew, and because...
Is he still there?
He'll be in videos. He'll be in thumbnails. He'll be around. And whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face can be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender with a physical mask? Like, do I have to... Is it more on the nose? Or... I don't know why they let him go, because there's rumors back and forth. Up, you know, so I don't know why they let him go, but he did leave at one point. Even if...
No, that's not Jake the Viking.
That guy didn't do anything.
It's just another guy with a beard.
They still knew about it, and he was still around. And what if he's one of the people in the Discord servers? What if he's not? I don't know. But when I was there, they called him Delaware. It's like, why do you call him Delaware? I didn't know. Apparently, they called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware.
Oh, wow, because that's where it said on the sexual or the sex offender list. It said that it happened in Delaware. That's crazy. That's kind of funny. Yeah, it's funny like in the movie Zombieland, if someone's called Delaware because they can't go back to Delaware. But that's always if it's a mystery. It's less funny if it's real. It's less funny when it's real and you can't go back to Delaware because you are a sex offender and did 4th degree assault against a 1 to 11-year-old. That's less funny. But the nickname Delaware because you can't go back to Delaware, yeah, I'll give you that.
That's his nickname? Colloquially? Like, yeah, it's Delaware. Don't ask him why, you know? The fuck? And Jimmy knew about it? The likelihood that he didn't know is astronomically low.
Okay, so finally I have a recorded phone conversation. The person on the other end of this line is a different former Mr. Beast employee talking about Delaware. Also, apparently before this phone conversation got recorded, the person on the other end of the line said that the Mr. Beast team was actually trying to expunge Delaware's record off the registry, and that's what actually like sparked this person to start recording.
Talk to us anymore because we're scared of Jimmy. And if you really don't do anything in the affidavits and testimonials from people, you have to move very quickly because one of those people are going to go back and say Jimmy. Okay, so Reed is Mr. Beast's former manager who was in the last video telling Jimmy, you know, hey, don't promote gambling to children. So, you know, I think Reed's taken 2 W's this month. You know, don't promote gambling to children and don't have offenders on payroll. Also, yeah, just from where I'm sitting, it seems extremely unlikely that Jimmy wouldn't know, but, you know, I know I'm sure that's the defense he'll go with, so I'll just say preemptively, like, you know, if somehow Jimmy didn't know about Delaware, I think it's still
such an extreme level of negligence. Like, what, you're not doing background checks. You're not. Everyone at your company knows, but somehow you don't know. I think that needs more of an explanation than just saying, I didn't know. Well, how didn't you know? How did this person get into the company? And you know, a company that makes content for children and is around children. So yeah, Jimmy, I think we need an explanation from you, or you know, your lawyers and PR people and representatives and spokespersons, and on how you could have not known that there was an offender at a high level in your company. And while you're responding to that, why not just respond to the allegations of rigging contest videos and selling fake signatures, running illegal lotteries, you know, the dangerous conditions on the set of Beast Games. You should address those too. So yeah, just let us know. Okay, that was my interview with former Mr. Beast employee Jake Weddle. I know he will be coming out with a longer cut of this interview as well as other content. So I just wanted to shout him out, Jake Weddle.
You can't expunge sexual battery. Can you expunge anything? I don't understand what expunge. How wouldn't it be the person who did the thing who needs to expunge it? Like, expunging on behalf of people seems weird to me. I think it should, look, I'm not saying it should be like, I think there are circumstances where it is fine to expunge a record if, you know, like X amount of time has passed, or, you know, whatever Y level of, but expunging on someone else's behalf is weird. Jimmy's a workaholic. I don't doubt that he pushes employees and not cut out for everyone, but I also haven't seen any horrible things about him. The Ava thing is something else that I genuinely think Jimmy is a good guy. Philanthropy speaks for itself. My last chat message may not have aged well in the past minute. Okay, think of the $70, Merlin. And then Yao F. Zhao gave me $50 and said balls. That is the dichotomy of Ludwig viewers. A guy gave me $50 with a paragraph, and one guy just said balls. Both had the same amount of money.
Top link in the description.
I've waited a long time to talk about a long...
Wait, sorry, that was insane.
Link in the description. So I just wanted to shout him out, Jake Weddle. Top link in the description.
I thought that was just a normal outro, and then it pans to a man he's doing the outro in front of him crying.
I've waited a long time to talk about a lot of this publicly, so thank you for doing what you're doing.
So long. Nah, it's got to be copywritten, bro. I'm out. If you have a similar story, feel free to reach out. That's it, right? That's it? I don't think I'm missing anything. Let me refresh.
I'm hungry.
That's it, right? Yeah, okay. Dang! $1 lawyer versus $1 million lawyer. Just don't you hate when fucking recycled X comment? This video about to become YouTube history. Didn't $1 hitman versus $1 million hitman cryface. I can't. If Dogpack is found dead any day, it's because Mr. Beast hired a hitman. Shit. All right, chat. I don't got too much time, but I do feel like, for one, part 3 is probably much more important. Not to belittle what part 2 is about, but you know, he's saying part 3 is about covering up sexual assault in the workplace, or sexual misconduct in the workplace, which I feel like is a much larger claim. And then 2, Jimmy's got to reply, man. Jimmy's just got to make he's got to say something, right? I think to a degree, the last video he uploaded got a shit ton of views. And presumably most people who watch
this is Hugo.
Might have, that was loud as fuck. Might have no idea or not care. Yeah, I mean, like, bro, that's crazy. 120 million views in fucking less than a week. But he's just got to say something. I know you heard the rumors. I didn't hear shit. I'm being totally genuine. I've hung out with Mr. Beast several times. I've done several shoots. And I genuinely came to the conclusion that Mr. Beast is, like, obsessed with YouTube above anything else. And one time he was like, man, I like, can't imagine fucking not wanting to be the best at something you do. Like, he's, you know, singularly driven. That's true. And I find that to be, like, Something I don't share in common with him. Because I was talking about how I want to fucking retire and open up a coffee shop or whatever, a cafe or a bakery. But I always had the impression that he was a good guy. Genuinely, that was just my impression hanging out with him. Now, but having said that, there's obviously like a lot of things that are like in this video, the last video, or just that have come out that like, you know, put that into question, or like fucking maybe show that Mr. Beast the company was not a great place to work at, or, you know, didn't treat employees well, or, you know, didn't treat contestants well, like Jake. But no, I never at one point, I'm not going to like sit here and lie to you and be like, yeah, I fucking knew. Cause it ain't like that. I don't, you know, if I genuinely knew and thought some shit was going down, I wouldn't like go do a video. Like, I mean, I think you can like maybe extrapolate and be like, yeah, no, fucking, you know, this is my most viewed video or whatever. But like, this is a meme to me. You know, I don't fucking look at this and I go, yeah, I fucking needed this, baby. The $70K that this made is my fucking, I need that shit. It ain't really like that. He's deleting comments on his newest video. Yeah, I don't really care about that. I don't think like deleting, a lot of people are like deleting comments is like fucking silencing, but I think like, I think what I care way more about is him making a reply. Now, if he deletes comments, uploads videos, and never says anything, that's a problem. But if he deletes comments and then makes a reply, then I don't think I care. You know what I mean? If it's like a permanent thing and like basically you know, like if he ends up fucking running if he ends up basically like Brett Rivera, that's a perfect example of a guy who has a bunch of controversy, has had a bunch of videos made about like the unethical or immoral shit he has done, and like continues to upload without any fucking hesitation, and he gets hundreds of thousands of dislikes, and, you know, I think just deletes the comments that aren't nice to him and has never replied to anything ever. Like that, if he ends up doing this route, I'm talking about Mr. Beast, that's a problem. Mr. Beast replied in the chat, bro, you are 7 years old. You have the reading comprehension of a child. Obviously, it's a fake account. My brother in Christ, the fact that you fell for that is a concern, not just for me, but for everyone. Because if you're legal age to vote, we have a problem in this country. We have a fucking problem. The fact that you saw Mr. B's comment in that chat and you thought to yourself, yep, that's him replying, and you didn't even like think for a moment that it might not be the case, I'm worried about our country. That's all I got to say. All right, chat, I got to go, though. I got to go. Call him? No, man, it's not on me. He has to make the response. I'm not fucking... This isn't me to, like... This ain't my job to, like, fucking call him. He's got to make a reply on his own. You know what I mean? But I know you guys are just little fucking troublemakers. All right. I gotta go. Whoa. Oh, I see this real quick. Does chat seriously think that if a person agrees to Inhuman challenge, it's okay? I think most people are just saying, if I was in that challenge, 300K is so fucking juicy that I would run a marathon every fucking day if I had to, and I would be in there. You know what I mean? You're arguing with people who are just thinking like, if I was on that spot, I would just fucking do it for the 300K. 300K is fucking juicy. So it's like, you're just not arguing on good faith about the same stuff. Because you're arguing empathetically from the POV of this person, and they're arguing if they were in this person's shoes. 300K is 300 fucking K, baby. So I think, you know, you're entering a forever argument. Anyway, look, that's it, baby. I'm out. Ciao. I'll be live tomorrow. What's tomorrow? What is tomorrow? I don't know. Oh, the Mario. We're going to play Super Mario. We're going to play Super Mario 64. I'm going to do 10 runs. I'm going to try to get a sub 1911, a.k.a. a PB in that time. All right. Peace. Goodbye, everyone. See you later. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good one. Peace. Goodbye.